Today we are going to contemplate on why sports are needed only for children. As we know, everyone has to live by doing some trade or job for which the body has to be strong, healthy, and flexible. Physical exercises keep the body agile and healthy should be practiced even from a very young age. Maharishi says any sports practiced well and within bounds, they help to develop character, harmony, discipline, and broad mindedness, and also improve technical skills, memory, and the character. But in today's circumstances, sports are not played in that way. Take the world's population, it is 7.5 billion. 25% of the population plays sports. That means 1 in 3 adults play some form of sports. There are 50 different types of sports being played. Not only that, we need to consider the spectators, the audiences, or viewers. Take, for example, there are 4.7 billion viewers watched Olympic game from different devices. If you take soccer, 3.6 billion viewers, and cricket, 2.2 billion viewers watch the sport. Even the sports market is valued at $500 billion, and United States share 32% of the market share. In the olden days, young men were inducted into army for fighting, and games helped to build strength and the morale of the soldiers, and it is being considered essential part of the training. But all this has changed, and sports have turned into a form of entertainment nowadays that helps to pass time in a pleasant manner. Not only that, adult sports give room for jealousy, vengeance, gambling, and betting. Also, it wastes the time for the spectators and decreases in productivity and causes unusual stress and strain for the muscles, and it running the emotions high lead to poor health and relationship. Take, for example, India's population is 1.3 billion. 700 million, that is 70 crore people, tune to watch a cricket match. Just watching a 20-over cricket match, a person spend an average 3.5 hours. If you multiply with the population being watched, so 245 crore hours were wasted without any productivity. Imagine if people spend this time wisely by reading or self-analyzing or introspecting themselves or researching or doing something that could benefit their life, it would have improved their personality and intellectual abilities. This 3.5 hour wastage is not is just only for a game per person. If this continues around the year, right? And also, not only that, if the sports fan follow it on other news channels, social media, socializing with his friends, and you can keep adding the extra wastage of hours spent. According to a study, in an average day, 96% of the population of people ages over 15 years above spend some sort of leisure activities, such as watching TV, socializing, or being in the social media streaming channels. Men spend roughly 6 hours, and women spend 5 hours in leisure activities. If you assign some dollar value, say average hourly salary in United States is $27. That means each person throwing away $95 in a 3.5 hour game. If this happens every week, they are pouring over $5,000 every year into the drain. Also, spending spending money on the sport, buying sports merchandises for their family to um, to show their game spirit and pamper themselves. Right. Look at the health aspect. People emotionally attached to the games. Study finds TV viewers' heart rate increases by an average of 75%, and players' heart rate increased by 110%. This would increase the heart attack and sudden death. According to a Wall Street Journal, a famous study says a typical 1-hour football game lasts for 3.5 hour game show. In that, only 11 minutes is the actual play of action, and 17 minutes per game used for replay, and rest of the time used for commercials break. They run 112 average of 112 commercials per game. Because of these commercials, people's psychology is affected and human brain is manipulated. People choose to pick up bad habits like smoking, drinking, and unhealthy eating habits and spoiling their health. So there are many ill effects of adult sport, including rivalry between players leads to animosity and ill will among the spectators and also people participating countries. Because of this reason, Maharishi emphasizes that games should be restricted only to children, with the prizes and awards being kept to a minimum. Adults need not play games, and simple exercises are sufficient. Also, Maharishi encourages 8 different games that strengthen the body and calm the mind of a child. They are climbing, bending, running, weightlifting, jumping, swimming, throwing, and leaping. This would help children on their discipline, harmony, and other virtues. I conclude my speech by saying the society will prosper if adults who spend their time in sporting activities, were to utilize it in other productive work. It is for the educated to look into the various aspects of the game and initiate suitable steps for the well-being of all. Thanks for giving me the opportunity. Be blessed.